NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing on Fox is presented by Quaker State, the power to reduce friction. And brought to you by Nextel. NASCAR and Nextel, partners in speed. And by WebMD, redefining modern medicine.
Glad to have you with us here on Fox. Time for a Visa race break and a quick recap. Rusty Wallace, who has a string of 103 races without a win, won his first Cup race here in Bristol and has 9 wins, most among active drivers. Took the lead for the 4th time today when he passed Sterling Marlin, but on lap 182 of the 8 car, Dale Earnhardt Jr. taking the lead from Rusty, and Jr. holding the lead until just moments ago when we had our 6th caution involving Derek Cope and Kevin LePage. We had gone through 171 laps of green flag racing, and Kurt Busch, Chef Jimmy Fennick, not happy that Kurt Busch did not decide to pit. So what does that mean now for Kurt?
Guess what? It's all up to him. He made his bed. Basically, now he's got to lie in it. He said the car wasn't right. The crew chief wanted to work on it, but he elected to stay out front because he's in the leader. And so now he's going to have to hold that lead. All
right, and so far, winning 3 of the last 4 races here in Bristol, Kurt has a sense of the racetrack. Let's get a quick WebMD safety update with Dick Berggren. Okay. All right, Dick, with that hat, he was delivering newspapers,
I've never seen him much like that,
before but he's working hard on the safety report, which is something we have to be concerned with. Jeff Gordon, we were talking about, this is a place he's won 5 times, trying to get back in the act. He's fallen in the last couple of weeks to 13th in the points race and having problems here where he thought he could turn things around.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here with this team here. I really expected him to be one of the guys contending for the win today. The car's not being quite right. You take a look right now at Robbie Loomis. They made a mistake during that green flag stop. Under green, you're allowed to come down, not go all the way around the racetrack and go back straight on the racetrack after you complete your pit stop. Well, Jeff came all the way around, not only down the pit straightaway, but he made the turn and came back down the front straightaway, which he didn't have to do. It cost him a lap. Now they find themselves with about 110 laps to go, trying to get themselves back up into a position where they can contend for the win and kind of redeem themselves a little bit. Kind of an embarrassing situation. It happened to them also last year.
Starting on the front row, but currently 17th. And the difference, we had communication problems between driver and crew chief decisions, but Kurt Busch is your leader with his problem. Jeff Gordon behind. Let's go with Dick Berggren and the WebMD safety update. Take 2.
Going to show you some things you need and some things you don't need if you're going to be a race fan here at Bristol. Here's one of the most important things you're going to need. Tickets. You got to have tickets to get in. One of the toughest tickets in all sports for sure. You got to have a scanner. How come you got to have a scanner? So you can listen to the drivers. They're going to be mad at other drivers. They're going to be mad at their crew. They're going to be mad at themselves. You want to hear the whole thing. Got to have a scanner somehow or another. Here's something you don't need. Binoculars. You're so close to the racing action, you can see everything. You don't need those. Here's something else you don't need. A seat. Reason you don't need a seat, action's so exciting, going to be standing up the whole time. Got to have a t-shirt, man. Kurt Busch won 3 out of the last 4. Pick a winner. And here's something else. If you're going to sit up here with me, row 82 of the nosebleed section, you better have an oxygen mask.
All right, Dick, thanks. Now get your pit gear back on and get back to reporting. For information on how to keep your family safe and healthy, visit WebMD.com or call Dick Berggren at home in New England. This has been a Visa race break. Let's go back upstairs.
He ran out of air going up there. He didn't run out of air while he was up there.
108 laps to go. Pole sitter Ryan Newman in that round of green flag stops found himself 1 lap down, so he'll be alongside Kurt Busch. When we get the restart, we have 16 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, and just to set the stage here, of those 16 cars, we have 5 cars that stayed out. Kurt Busch, Sterling Marlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Michael Waltrip, Rusty Wallace, with about 15 to 25 laps on their tires. Jimmy Johnson, Greg Biffle, Dale Jarrett, Elliott Sadler, Ken Schrader, Scott Wimmer, Kevin Harvick, Jeremy Mayfield, Matt Kenseth, and Brendan Gaughan came to pit road. A real loser was the 42 car of Jamie McMurray. He stayed out, but it was a miscue. He should have pitted, so he pitted the next time, so he's going to restart this race in 14th position with about 106 laps to go.
All right, Darrell, at this stage in the race, would you rather have track position or tires?
Well, I'd like to have had both.
I know that. But
it's good. I think Kurt's basing his decision on what he's done here in the past. With different tires, I'm not sure that was a good decision.
Here's a decision. Let's crank it up.
Ah, sounds good. Thunder Valley.
They may need a new slogan. Bristol, it's louder here. Jeff Gordon is trying to get back on the lead lap. So is Ryan Newman, but they can't catch Kurt Busch.
No, and what I liked about Kurt was, you know, even though Ryan was under him and tried to race him real hard there for a lap or two, Kurt was able to run that outside and get around him and get away.
But what they're battling for, they want to be the first car in front of each other in case the caution comes out to get that pardon back on the lead lap. This late in the race, you want to do it, stay out in front while you have those fresh tires.
And I tell you the other thing I like is sometime when there's a communication problem between driver and crew chief, crew wants to do one thing, driver wants to do something else, that puts out a lot of pressure on that driver to get up on that wheel and get gone.
And I definitely think the best friends that Kurt Busch has is those friends behind him, Sterling Marlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Michael Waltrip, Rusty Wallace, that's on equal tires that he is, because right now he's over a straightaway in front of the fresh tires of Jimmy Johnson in the 48.
And we heard Kurt earlier say, you know, my car's real good. I'm not abusing it. I'm not doing anything. I got a good race car here. Now he's proving it.
Tell you what, we got a battle between these two beer cars. Not a battle any longer. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 8. He goes by Sterling Marlin in the 40 car. That was a battle for second.
Boy, I tell you, they have done such a great job, Larry, on that 8 car the last several weeks of keeping up with the racetrack, of making it the right adjustments at the right time, so he's closing at the end.
And that's something they have not done a good job in the past. But I'm going to tell you who did a good job back when they made that move. Lee McCall on Sterling Marlin's car got the track position, and they've been able to keep it the final 2/3 of this race.
Kevin Harvick got past Elliott Sadler. That changes hands for 10th place. 95 laps to go. Everybody has enough fuel and probably enough tires to go the distance.
Now's when you show them what you got. This is the way to run Bristol. You stay out of trouble, keep your car clean like Kurt's is.
Oh, turn 2. Jeff Green got in the back of Ricky Craven. Craven straightened up, but then gone, hit Green.
Oh, he got the 10 around also.
Caution is out, so Ryan Newman will get the free pass. He will get the pardon.
Lap 407, the 7th caution of the day.
And that's the second time we've seen somebody get into the back of Ricky Craven in the 32 car and cause an accident.
Harlem Globetrotters scheme there on Riggs' car. Watch first the 32 of Craven, and then it's bing, bing, bing all the way down the line. Little contact there, but Brendan Gaughan gets into Jeff Green.
Yeah, by the time Jeff Green lifted a little bit, so he didn't spin out the 32 car. Here comes Brendan and bams into the back of him, and there he goes.
Chain reaction.
And back behind that, the 10 of Scott Riggs.
It was really a victim.
Oh, yeah. Here it is.
He was victimized.
I mean, Craven straightened up in the 32 car.
Oh, second time.
More help. Didn't get you last time. They'll try it again.
Actually, Brendan Gaughan did not get the 43 car. He pretty much did it by itself, it looked like, over in turn 2.
And then still couldn't see who turned Riggs. There was a car into the back of Scott Riggs. Let's watch from Bobby Labonte. Oh, it was Kyle Petty that got into Scott Riggs trying to check up.
Let's make sure about the 77, Brendan Gaughan behind the 43. Yeah, believe he did. Believe he did. Yep.
I think, Larry, I'd say Brendan got into it.
I'd say so.
It was by an accident, but he did get into it.
Scott, I think Scott went to the garage. Riggs, he did. Went behind the wall. Jeff Green made a pit stop.
His car was dog tracking. It's all knocked out of whack.
7 caution flags at Bristol. And now 8 cars behind the wall. 90 laps to go.